What's up, y'all? I know I definitely said I wanted to do a 500 subscriber celebratory Q&A a while back. Um, we have surpassed 500 subscribers. We are probably upwards of 1,000 at this point. So number one, I want to thank y'all for watching, for being here. I feel like this community is growing fast or quicker than I anticipated. So that's pretty cool, and I thank y'all for being here. Yeah, let's kick this off. How do you cope with creative blocks? I'm trying to think of the last time I really had a creative block. But when things are feeling difficult, I don't difficult to make or difficult to create things, I don't force it. There might be times that I move through that feeling, I move through the process, but I have learned that forcing myself to make work or trying to, yeah, like make something happen that isn't ready to happen yet. And I think one of the most frustrating things is when you can see something clearly or when you feel something clearly. Yeah, when there's like a feeling that you want to convey and it's just not time yet. I think art is deeply metaphysical, spiritual. It's just like it's like outside of this physical plane to me. And I do sometimes feel like I'm ahead of the idea when the idea isn't ready to happen yet. Like when I'm making music, I may produce a track or begin to write a song that is just feels like it's flowing through you or through me. And then I'm just stuck. I'm like, I know it's there. Like it feels like frustrating. And it's like, I know it's there. And I may not finish writing that song for a year or more. It's been more at times where something, I haven't gone through the thing yet that I'm supposed to go through to be able to write that. Yes. Or with photography and filmmaking, screenwriting, sometimes things are just not ready to happen yet. So some of the ways that I deal with that are to do other things. I still like to go see a film or listen to music. I love going to concerts. I love going to see live music. I love going to a museum, going to an art show, just reading a book. I think pushing forward, the only thing you can do, or only thing I know how to do when dealing with creative blocks, I've learned at this point not to force it, but to keep living, to keep pushing forward. Yeah, to go breathe and live a little, and the life that you live helps you to make more. Yeah. What's my favorite place to travel outside of the United States? I haven't been to that many places outside of the United States yet. The last time I went to London, I stumbled upon a neighborhood that reminded me a lot of Brooklyn, New York. And in my experience going to London, England, I hadn't seen a lot of black people in the time that I had gone, and just wasn't in the places I needed to be. Or damn, I'm gonna have to put the name of the neighborhood on the screen somewhere. But yeah, I found some folks and it felt familiar. It felt homey. I'm not from Brooklyn, New York, but I lived there for a while, and so it was nice to feel that outside of the United States. I've also been to St. Lucia and loved it there. Not only is it very black, it's gorgeous. The people are kind, and I had a lot of sort of down home experiences there. I met locals and ended up at somebody's mama house, went to some of the quieter beaches that people talk about, went to restaurants and to events that, local folks probably be hip to. And I did some things I'd never done before, like kayaking, which is one of the scariest things I've ever done. But even the guide for the kayaking was just so kind and there was an easiness to communicating with him and to just being there. It felt very good. Like I didn't want to leave when I went there. So, yeah. Have I ever done my own film processing, whether darkroom or printing? And the answer is yes to both, actually. Yeah, I've both printed and developed my own film in dark rooms. Really, honestly, high school was the first time I had done that, and the last time that I was, sort of consistently able to do that. As far as developing, I have developed myself outside of dark rooms in my home. Did a lot of it during lockdown. I started to teach myself how to do that during lockdown, and spent a couple of years doing it. I stopped. I stopped for a while, and then I ended up moving and not having any of my equipment, and I just got a lot of it back. So I am definitely looking forward to developing my own work again. So looking forward to that. Just got my scanner back too, so I'll be scanning a lot more myself. Also, film developing scanning. It's expensive. It's egregiously so. So yeah, I look forward to being able to do that again. And I will hopefully document some of that experience and share it with y'all up here. What filmmakers and photographers inspire me? I've gotten that question, like what inspires me, who inspires me. Off the top of my head, I'm a big fan of Raheem Fortune, a photographer. Yeah, I love his work. I love his approach to things. His approach to his work feels very similar to what I'm interested in doing. I believe he considers himself a documentary style photographer, sort of photographing, and I know he does more than this, but like photographing what is. He went back home. He had grown up on a reservation in Oklahoma, I want to say, and went back and photographed the community and family that he still had there, and sort of reconnected with a space that seemed to not have been the greatest experience for him growing up. So that was interesting to me. I love listening to him speak. He has lectures online and talks, and his last photo book I have, and he has a new one coming out, Hardtack, I believe it's called, which is really cool. Raheem Fortune. Also a big fan of Dina Lawson, a black woman from Rochester, New York. I want to say maybe based in LA. And I've seen her work in person. She makes these like large format photographs that are like staged, and there is a lot of mystery around how she makes some of them and what aspects of it are staged and what aspects aren't. If you don't know about Dina Lawson, get hip, get into Dina Lawson. Maybe you'll enjoy her. I'm a big fan of Dina Lawson for sure. Filmmakers, big fan of Garrett Bradley, based in New Orleans. I think she's from New York City. I find myself really interested in people who I can also hear speak. There are places where I can hear them speak. I just got a book of hers. I'm realizing that when I'm really gravitating towards someone's work, I try to get everything that I can get my hands on that has to do with them, that they've produced, whether it's a Blu-ray or some sort of physical media. Yeah, maybe I'll make a video on physical media, but yeah, Garrett Bradley's film, Time. She directed the Naomi Osaka limited like documentary series, and it was just like gorgeous. I think believe it's on Netflix. That's really cool too. Seen a lot of her. She's in the fine art space too, and seen a lot of her work in museums and art spaces. Yeah, big fan of hers as well. And Raven Jackson. I like Lynn Ramsey a lot. Charlotte Wells by Kristen Lavelle. Julie Dash, Chantel Ackerman. Yeah, there are a lot of people who inspire me. I can be inspired kind of by anything. I once wrote an entire song because someone smiled at me on the train. One of my biggest songs to date. If y'all have any photographers that, yeah, you want to throw my way, I love like doing a nice deep dive on photographers. Would really help and love if they were black and or queer and or gender expansive and or women. Yeah. Yeah. There's that. I get this question a lot from everyone I know, people who I don't know online. If you were an early subscriber of this channel or know anything about me, you probably know that I'm a musician. This channel started off with my music, with music videos I directed. It was my artist channel, which is why the little music note is in the name. And I started to become really interested in making my own music videos. And as I became more interested in film, this channel became that. So it's more so about my filmmaking photography now. But the question that people have been asking me is, if I still make music, will this channel feature music? Am I still a musician? The answer is yes to all of it. I am a musician. I am all of these things: a filmmaker, an image maker, a musician, an artist, a person. I'm all these things. I'm never going to stop making music. I think this chapter of my life, or a large chapter in recent years, has been about image making. I've sort of been in an image making pocket, but I haven't stopped making music. I've been making music forever, and it's not something I'll ever not make, even if people don't hear it, even if I don't share it. Will I share it though? Yeah, I'm getting back into a space to release music. I was feeling burnt out, and I'll talk more about this at some point, but I was feeling burnt out and feeling, I don't know, sort of like jaded of the process of having to be a musician, be an artist, and also be your PR and your manager and your booking agent and your marketing person. Like, it is a lot. Kind of doing anything in the age of the internet can be a lot. So I was burnt out. So I took a break from releasing it. I was feeling frustrated, but I'm definitely back in a groove. I'm sitting on a lot of music I'm really proud of, that I'm really excited about. And I'll say again that I have a channel, a music channel now, where majority of my music will live. I'll put that across the screen. It's also in the description. It's always in the description, my music channel. So if you're interested, I would subscribe to that channel, because things are coming. Things are happening. As far as this channel, including music, it will. I think this channel will be in conversation with this other channel. Often, I think you'll see soon how that will work. But to answer your question, yes. Yes. Always making music. Yes, yes, yes. It isn't over. We're on our way back. And that's that on that. All right. I think I've talked to this camera long enough. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I'm really grateful for you all being here. I really am. I am still getting used to all of this. I am often thinking about videos to make and how to balance making work, what I share, how I share it, what's mine, and what I want to share. So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you sticking around. And it means a lot that you're here. It really, really does. We're going places. I'll see y'all. Peace out.